Hey everybody, this is Yvonne from Lunaworks Odds and Ends, and I'm doing a solo video today because we're going to talk about my life as an artist. Myra and I met because we were both artists and we developed a friendship around the art, talking about art, doing artist things, making sure that we went to various openings and art shows. Being an artist was pretty much a part of our life. So, what I'm going to showcase today are a few of my pieces and how I actually work and my thought processes when I'm actually doing a single piece. I work primarily in watercolors. At least that was my first love back in the day. So currently work with acrylics. And the reason why I switched primarily to acrylics is because framing watercolors can be expensive and using a canvas can be its own frame piece if you do it the right way. So that's why you're going to see a lot of acrylic painting along with textiles that I will incorporate into those pieces. And I love gold leaf. You'll see a lot of gold leaf in my pieces because I am a big fan of Gustav Klimt. What I do love to do is portraitures, different faces, combining those faces with different colors most recently, instead of doing something that's very much the tone of the person that I was actually painting. I'm starting to incorporate brighter, more brilliant, and non-traditional colors for the faces. So you'll see that in my work. I come from a long line of textile artists, which is why you're going to see more textiles in my work now. My mother was a seamstress and a maker. My grandmother was a seamstress also, who sewed primarily on a treadle sewing machine. And I have to give props to my dad, who supported me by bringing home art supplies when I was younger. He didn't exactly know what those things were, but he would bring home canvases and paints. As a matter of fact, my first oil painting set, complete with a wood box and everything, my parents got for me, and I still have that box, and that means a whole lot. They actually, you know, encourage me in being creative. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my work. And if you are interested in seeing more of my pieces, I have a Instagram, which is Divamoon57. That's on Instagram. And if you go to Etsy, I have my embroidery pieces, which is my Big Girl series. And that will be DivamoonStudio, one word, and that's at Etsy. Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, this is Yvonne, aka Divamoon57 on Instagram. Also, you can look up G.Y. Harris, Yvonne Harris on Facebook and view my pieces. What you're looking at right now are part of the Angel series, and did those with acrylic, textiles, and gold leaf. This is part of the Goddess series. This is Persephone and Diana, Goddess of the Moon, aka Artemis. I've also done a I Am series featuring Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, and of course the great Angela Davis. I'm working on a series of children's different ethnicities. I also find joy in collecting different types of ethnic beads and creating really beautiful chunky jewelry for myself and to sell. This has been my secondary passion in creating these pieces, and I find a whole lot of joy in it. So I started a COVID project last year, and it was embroidering these beautiful Zoptic and full-figured goddesses that have been portrayed in different aspects of art throughout the centuries. And I've been embroidering off and on since the 70s. So I sketched a woman's figure on linen and canvas, and then I sketch over it with cotton thread, embroidering by hand. I started doing the colored hair after the first two, and then one time I posted my pictures online, and someone actually said, "Well, the carpet does match the drapes." And I said, "Yes, indeed." This is a step-by-step of this painting. I start out my paintings with a colored background because I hate staring at a blank white canvas. And then I go on to painting the base and then building up the color and working it from there. This is a bit of a departure for me because I am used to doing skin tones true to the color of the person. And I'm now concentrating more on the features and the color from within as opposed to the color that you see. Okay, so put in a little bit more work today. Starting to put in the textiles. The collar on this I like, but this may need some work. We're now in the final stages of this picture, this painting. It is a self-portrait. It's also going to include a picture of my mother as a 4-year-old, based on a photograph that my aunt found with the 3 of them in it. And I did a watercolor of it, made a copy of that watercolor. I'm going to incorporate that into it, and also a modified digital picture of my mother in her teens. This is the photograph on the left and my watercolor that I did of my mother on the right. Sketch the picture over top of it. This is a more freer version of what I usually do. Usually I get very detailed in some of the paintings that you've seen previously in this video. But now I am kind of experimenting with color, and that's why we have the yellows and purples. And of course I got to do my gold leaf because I am a huge fan of Gustav Klimt. So right now, gonna put some matte medium here so that I can get this painting, this picture, I work a lot with textiles because I've always experimented with textiles, everything from painting textiles, doing scarves, silk, dyeing process, all of that. And since I'm no longer doing wearables, I am now incorporating all those pieces of fabric, yards and yards and yards of fabric, into my paintings, such that you saw in Rosie the Angel, and also my cute little black boy. This will dry clear. And then I'm going to put this on here to kind of help blend in the edge. I like working with fabrics. I come from a long line of quilters and seamstress. And then once it dries, I'll go ahead and add gold leaf around here and a little bit in here. And this is going to be pretty much it. We're going to see if we can get a little bit of work in outside. It's really noisy, but you saw me putting the photographs on here, and so now I'm going to do a little touch-up, and also not just touch-up, but also get ready to set the gold leaf adhesive. I want to water this down really good because I just want it to kind of tone down the brightness of the fabric so it blends in a little bit more. Get the burnt umber, kind of darken it up a little. I kind of like this part right here as it stands out, so I may not do anything with that. I kind of like the torn raw edges, but I do want to mute this a bit more. I'm going to get ready for the gold leafing. Just in the last second, I decided to go ahead and put kind of like a halo around this part right here representing my mom. It's going to be kind of a tribute to her and her legacy as a seamstress, a maker, someone who was a crafts person. As a matter of fact, that's how Myra and I met, through my mom, who was going to a craft center that Myra was running at the time, at least the ceramic shop she was running. And that's how we kind of came to be. If it wasn't for my mom, we may not have ever met. Okay, so this will all dry and it'll be the adhesive for the gold leaf. So for these branches right here, I'm going to use this two-way glue stick and to trace the lines in the branches, and then surreptitiously some of the dots that are within the actual fabric. I love this batik. So good to work with. So now we're getting ready to put the gold leaf on, now that the adhesive is dry. And this stuff is very, very, very thin. Now, this is imitation gold leaf, because if you really think about how much gold is on the market, finely pound, and this is variegated, which means it's been treated so that it has like little colors in and around. This is the first time I've actually did it a piece that had this type of variegation. So everywhere that I have put adhesive, this will stick. And the whole idea is to, sometimes it's hard to tell where you placed it. And it's very fine and very flyaway. So the whole idea is to make sure, kind of tap it At least that's what I do. That's a piece that I decided to go ahead and do. Hey y'all, I'm gonna have to cut this short because it's getting ready to rain and I'm outside. So as you can see, the gold leaf is on and the halo is around my mom's head, and picture of me when I had locks the first time, and my mom's 4-year-old picture in watercolor. Okay, that's kind of my start to finish. Hey everybody, thank you for watching, and I'm hoping you enjoyed the pieces that I showed, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave that below, and don't forget to subscribe and to get notifications about the next time that we post another video. And also look for me on Instagram, that is Divamoon57, and also on Etsy, which is DivamoonStudio. That's DivamoonStudio, one word. And we thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.